good afternoon to each and everyone. So I am the second reporter from the topic of properties of power series. So from theorem 9.3, convergence of power series, a power series, the sum of k is equals to 0 to infinity, c sub k times the quantity of x minus a to the power of k centered at a converges in one of three ways. First, the series converges for all x, in which case the interval of convergence is the quantity of negative infinity and infinity, and the radius of convergence is r is equals to infinity. R to infinity. Then second, there is a real number r is less than to 0 such that the series converges for the absolute of x minus a less than r and diverges for the absolute of x minus a greater than r, in which case the radius of convergence is r. Then third one, the series converges only at a, in which case the radius of convergence is r is equals to 0. So it means the series is very weak in number 3. So from example number 2, interval and radius of convergence, use the Regio test to find the radius and interval of convergence of the sum of k is equals to 1 to infinity, the quantity of x minus 2 to the power of k divided by square root of k. So to solve this equation or problem, we look at the limit of the ratio of consecutive terms, which is the quantity of which consecutive terms from a sub k plus 1 and a sub k. So r is equals to the limit of k approaches to infinity, the absolute value of the quantity x minus 2 to the power of k plus 1 divides square root of k plus 1 divided by the absolute of the quantity x minus 2 raised to the power of k divided by square root of k. So this is the Regis test for absolute convergence. To simplify this one, we get the absolute value of x minus 2, limit k approaches to infinity, square root of k over k plus 1. So by applying the limit law, so getting square root of the limit k approaches to infinity, k over k plus 1 is equals to 1 na na siya. So it means we get, this leaves us with the final result of the absolute value of x minus 2. So the series converges absolutely and therefore converges for all x such that r is less than to 1, which implies the absolute value x minus 2 less than 1, or x is greater than to 1 but less than on 3 on the intervals x is less than x is greater than to negative infinity but less than in 1, and x is greater than to 3 but less than in infinity. We have r is greater than to 1 and the series diverges So now we test the endpoint substituting the x is equal to 1 gives the series the sum of k is equals to 1 to infinity, the quantity of x minus 2 to the power of k divides square root of k is equals to I-substitute nato ni x is equals to 1, so is equals to the sum of k is equals to 1 to infinity. We have here 1 minus negative 2, we get negative 1 to the power of k divides square root of k. So the series converges by the alternating series test. So the terms of the series decrease in magnitude and approaches 0 as k approaches to infinity. So let's substitute the value of x is equals to 3, gives us the series, the sum of k is equals to 1 infinity, the quantity of x minus 2 raised to the power of k divides square root of k is equals to 3 minus 2, we have 1 divided by square root of k. So which is a divergent p-series. So we included the interval of convergence is x is greater than or equal to 1 but less than 3, and the radius of convergence is r is equals to 1, as we can see in figure 9.18. So from this diagram shows a number line representing the values of x for which the series converges. The series is centered at x is equals to 2. Then the distance from the center to the edge of the interval is r is equals to 1. This defines the range from 1 to 3. And then the solid dot, it means the series converges at this point in 1. Then the open circle, the series diverges at this point in 3. So that is all the diagram is all about. So for in theorem 9.4, combining power series, suppose the power series, the sum of c sub k x raised to the power of k and the sum d sub k x to the power of k converges to f of x and g of x respectively on the interval I. So number 1, the sum and difference the power series, the sum, the quantity of c over k plus and minus d over d sub k, I mean x raised to the power of k converges to f of x plus and minus g of x on I. And then the multiplication by a power. Suppose m is an integer such that k plus m is greater than or equal to 0 for all terms of the power series. X raised to the power of m, the sum of c sub k x sub k is equals to the sum ck x raised to the power of, c sub k x raised to the power of k plus m. This series converges to x raised to the power of m, f of x for all x is not equal to 0 in I. When x equals to 0, the series converges to the limit x approaches to 0, x raised to the power of m, f of x. This is valid as long as the new exponents k plus m remain non-negative. And then in composition, if you have a substitution function in h of x is equals to b x raised to the power of m, where m is a positive integer and b is a non-zero real number, the power series, the sum of c sub k of h of x raised to the power of k converges to the composite function f of h of x for all x that h of x is in I. So the condition here is this is valid for all x such that the value of h of x stays within the original interval of convergence I. And then combining in example 3, combining power series given the geometric series. So this is the geometric series. Um, so to find the power series and interval convergence for the following function, in letter A, we have the multiplication by a power. X raised to the power of 5 divides 1 minus x. Then in letter B, we have substitution or the linear 1 divides 1 minus 2x. And the letter C is the substitution or the powers and sign 1 over 1 plus x squared. So let's solve first the letter A. We have x raised to the power of 5 divides 1 over x 1 over x, I mean 1 minus x. So we multiply the entire basic series by x raised to the power of 5. We get x raised to the power of 5 times the quantity of 1 plus x squared plus and so on is equals to x raised to the power of 5 plus x raised to the power of 6 plus x raised to the power of 7 plus and so on. So to form it in a summation form, we get the sum of k is equals to 0 to infinity x raised to the power of k plus 5. Since the ratio is still x, the interval remains the absolute value of x is less than to 1. Then in letter B, to find the series of 1 over 1 minus 2x, we substitute 2x in everywhere there was an x in the original formula. So we get 1 plus the quantity of 2x plus 2x raised to the power of 2 plus and so on. And from the theorem 9.4 property 3, then the new ratio is 2x. For the series to converge, the absolute value of the ratio must be less than 1. So now, so to create the summation form, we get the sum of k is equals to 0 raised to the power of infinity times the quantity of 2x raised to the power of k. So sa akong giingon kaganina, for the new ratio is 2x man, so for the series to converge, the absolute value of the ratio must be less than 1. So we get the absolute value of 2x less than 1 2 or the absolute of x less than 1 half. So it means the interval of convergence is the absolute of x less than 1 half. So in letter C, to find the series for 1 over 1 plus x squared, rewrite it as 1 divided by 1 minus the quantity of negative x squared, and then substitute negative x squared for x. So we get 1 plus the quantity of negative x squared plus the quantity of negative x squared raised to the power of 2 plus and so on. So is equals to 1 minus x squared plus x fourth and so on. Then to make it in a summation form, we get the sum of k is equal to 0 to infinity, the quantity of 1 minus negative 1 raised to the power of k x to k. So this geometric series has a ratio of r. So we have the ratio of r is negative x squared. So and convergence provided as the absolute value of r is equals to the absolute of negative x squared is equals to the absolute x squared less than 1 or the absolute of x less than 1. So that is all for my report. Thank you for listening.